The Eagles send out their punter now, standing about a yard deep in his own end zone. The play clock's running down. And now again, the play clock's going to run out on him. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. The Eagles send out their punter now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. That's pulled in at the 32. And heavy contact. He is knocked down hard. A nice job on the return there. 16 yards. And the Steelers will go on offense here. 1st and 10.
Double tight, double tight. Here we go now. Hey.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one goes for 24 yards.
Tight end left, tight end left. Alert, alert. Hurry up, here we go. Green. No, check. Patriot. All right, here we go. Blue, landing.
Fournette, a 1st down carry. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. He couldn't get the edge there. It wasn't sealed, so maybe not all on the guy running the football all the time on those tosses and the pitches that go to the outside.
No, not at all. I would agree with that totally, because sometimes the defensive guys, they win the edge battle. And when they do that, there's no place for the running back to go, and especially for offensive linemen trying to get out ahead. With their footwork and speed, it was negligible on that play. No gain at all for the offense.
It'll be a gain of 6, and they're going to face a 3rd down.
Check nine.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Quick hitter here. It's complete. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
Come on now, let's go. All right, now, look at 56. All right, he's checking. Crash. Hot. He's crashing. He's checking crash.
2nd and goal as the offense looks to try to punch it in. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd.
Count me as a little bit surprised by what we just saw there, because this has been a pretty long drive, and normally you think that wears down a defense. In this case, looked like the offensive line let them down a little bit.
They allowed the penetration and the ability to stuff them for a loss. They'll set up a throw. Flush to his right. He may try and run for this. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. Give him 8 yards that time on the scramble, and now 4th down.
Well, partner, nothing comes open here, so he decides to escape out of there, and he doesn't pick up a 1st down, but he does gain additional yardage to set up a possible field goal attempt if they decide to go that route.
And Gonzalez puts this one through. And the Steelers will jump out to a 3-zip lead. So give them 3 there. A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they couldn't punch it in.
And credit this defense, too. That was the old bend but don't break approach, but it kept the offense out of the end zone. That's
fielded in the end zone. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them.
Watch tight. Tight end's right. Watch tight. Tight end's right.
Play action. Now Wentz. Buying time to his left. Now he'll turn and throw deep back to the other side. That's caught inside the 20. A big play there for Philly. 61 yards.
Defending a deep route, even when it's thrown on time, is very difficult. But when he's able to maneuver outside of the pocket, that's almost unfair. He's bought extra time. His offensive line has protected him. And now when the ball's in the air, the guy downfield has a chance to make a better adjustment. That's just wrong on every level as far as the defender is concerned.
Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. Now they'll run it on the toss. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1.
Sunday. Here we go. 120.
It's a sneak. It's Wentz. And I don't think he got there. No, they stop him right where it all started. So call that no gain on the sneak, and now they're still a yard short here on 4th. And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1.
Back 81.
Oh, he tried to pitch it, and the ball's loose. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the first down. And this Steeler defense able to come up with a stop.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. And he loses the football a second time. And the Eagles have recovered.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me, because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense.
Sunday.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll take this one inside the 10, down to the 8. A gain of 3, 2nd down. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Okay, no score on that play, but this guy's been a touchdown machine all year long. You know they trust him with the football.
So they've been unable to capitalize on the great field position as of yet. Here's 3rd and 9. Time running out here on the play clock. Now Wentz on 3rd down. And, it'll be intercepted. Monte Nicholson picks it, and he will be brought down, but he's got the interception on the final play of this first quarter. Back with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin. It's Steeler football to begin quarter number 2. They take over 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. Very tough spot here for the offense to start.
Now let's go. Green 39. Green 39. 87's getting the ball. 87's getting the ball.
They begin with a run by Fournette. Fournette fighting through. And they're going to have this one up near the 30-yard line. A big hitter there. A first down gain of 26 yards.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Going to throw right side here, complete. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Watch the screen. Watch the screen. All right, now look at 56. Green 30, 56. Green 39.
On second down, here's Fournette. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed, as that's going to move the chains.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
Hurry up, here we go.
They'll look to throw now on first down. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Fletcher Cox coming up the middle, gets him there for a loss of about 9.
Right. He's tight right here. He's tight on the right. Tight on the right. Now let's go. Green, back 99, Philly. Here we go. Hot. Let's go.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And a throw right sideline is complete. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. A gain of 32 that time.
Boom! I see you, boy. I see you. Come on now. Let's go, man. Let's go. Hurry up. Here we go.
Fournette on the counter. Fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action and hit them over the top.
Got double tight. Double tight. Here we go now. We got 4.
They'll run it again with Fournette. And not much running room. Down to the 32. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting third and about 4 to go.
Well, at that rate, picking up 3 yards a carry, you and I both know that doesn't cut it in this league and trying to get first downs unless you're playing 4-down football. Then that's a whole different situation, but I don't think that's what they're trying to do here. 3rd and 4, though, is still manageable.
Flushed out right. He can run for it, and he will. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs.
We just saw a nice example of why teams often bring in baseball guys to teach quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy. Make sure he doesn't get hurt. He did exactly that on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the big hit and pick up a first down.
Strong right. Now
And oh, his first carry, he loses the football. And the Eagles have recovered.
Whenever I see a team turn it over on back-to-back drives, fumbles on their last two, I know one person's blood pressure who is starting to rise, and that's the head coach.
Absolutely. And when's it going to go down? When they stop fumbling?
When they stop fumbling and after he's assessed the game film, and only if they manage to win the game.
Hey, we got tight left, tight ends left.
Here we go.
No,
Which one is
three
Lee?
down, three down.
Here we go. Which one? Sunday.
And to give this time to the tailback. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Hey, Lou. Ram. For Tokyo. Tyson,
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's going to take this one up only to about the 44-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you've got to continue to try and run and try and keep your defense honest.
You mean or else he'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
Well, so much for him being bottled up throughout the day. Finally finds a way to break through and get a really nice gain. The defense had felt great about what they had going. Now they've got to turn their attention to getting it back in that direction. Can they bottle him up again? Because I'd say after that run, confidence is pretty high for him.
Ram.
Three down.
Porky. Ram.
Back.
Dragon.
Under 10, under 10,
For Tokyo. Go.
Watch the twist.
Oh, design run for their wideout. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on first down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. On 2nd down, here's Wentz. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
The Eagles on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 9.
Go.
And Wentz not going to take the snap here. Instead, he turns and calls a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. The Eagles on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 9.
I got a ladder.
Go.
I got a ladder.
Kill.
Check.
Kill.
Check three.
Slot man moves right. Throwing now is Wentz. Eluding the pressure right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Sean Davis. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. The Steelers offense now, they head back onto the field. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, try to atone for it here on this drive.
You ain't going nowhere.
And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. The Steelers able to pick up 18 yards there.
I'm going to hit you all day, baby.
2 minutes to go here in the first half. We'll come back to Philadelphia after this. So the D-line's going to spread out.
Hey, we got 3 down.
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Fournette. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
Tight ends Ringo. Tight ends on the Ringo. Tight ends on the Ringo.
Hurry up, here we go. Green, Leopard, Leopard.
3 down, 3 down. Woo! Let's go, boys. Bring it up.
Leopard,
Come on, baby.
Leopard.
Get excited. Let's go.
Again, it's Fournette.
Run.
And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 and enemy territory. It's a Pittsburgh first down, a gain of 13.
Well, how many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary, and that led to a really nice game.
Gone. Now let's go. Blue 90.
Come on.
Blue 90. Back 99 Philly. Here we go.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. Give him 3 on the play, and it'll make it second down.
Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end.
Hurry up, here we go. Leopard, Leopard.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Dancing to his left. And some room to maneuver. And avoids the contact by sliding. A gain of 10, good for a Steeler first down. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. As it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. Fresh set of downs here.
Watch tight. Tight end right.
All right, here we go. 3, 19.
4 down. Even.
Over. Here we go now. Green 39. No. Check. Patriots.
Back to throw. Forced out to his left. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1.
Double tight.
All right, here we go. Blue 90.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. He'll check this one off to Fournette. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. A great play there in the final seconds of the first half. And the Steelers are going to add on to their lead.
And that's a lead that excites a team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things off.
Yeah, able to extend that lead, and you always say it, that can totally change the complexion of half number 2.
Yeah, it changes your morale, changes your outlook. But even before that, let's see if they decide to kind of squib kick or what they're going to do on the kickoff, because you don't want to give up a big play right before the half ends.
Now a hit and a loose football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. And careless with a football there on the kick return.
And one thing I love about going to practices is trying to get around coaches and hear their catchphrases and what they really emphasize. We haven't been to a single one yet this year where a guy fielding a kick, you don't hear, tuck it away, tuck it away, tuck it away. And this time, they turned it over.
Ball security eluded him. So we've reached halftime here with the visiting Steelers out in front. As we'll send you down the coast to Orlando, where we check in with our friend Larry Ridley and the EA Sports Halftime Report. Larry? So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Out come the Eagles now as they'll go on offense first here in the third quarter. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution, or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out.
Watch left, watch left.
Halfback sent in motion.
I'm going to come back to you.
Sunday. Motion. Liz.
Now Wentz throwing on second down. And unable to connect on the long pass. It falls down incomplete. Well, they haven't had a whole lot of success in the passing game here. Now, in the second half, he's thinking, I guess maybe just take a shot deep.
I think you're right. Almost looking for a bailout, isn't he? Can my receiver go up and make a big play for me? Can I create a penalty downfield, maybe pick up an interference call and get that yardage downfield? Anything trying to get going again, but you're right. He definitely took a shot.
The Eagles on third down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. Now Wentz. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Sean Davis with a pick. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? I mean, they score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team. That their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
Here we go now. Blue 90.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And room there to work it inside the 25. Call it an 8-yard gain. Much better shape now on 3rd and just a yard.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point. Going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Here we go now.
They'll try and run for it with Fournette. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1.
Well, he was stopped on that play, but he's had plenty of carries all afternoon. Every now and then the defense is going to win one, but I don't think they'll shy away from handing it to him the rest of the game.
So now here comes the field goal team for the 3rd time today. Wind at his back now in this 3rd quarter. And the kick by Gonzalez is good. And that's going to make this a 16-0 ball game. So 3 field goals for him here, and this last one helps him stretch out the lead.
And he's been solid as usual. And this is what you need to do. Make sure you get points out of every possession. And so far, they've done a nice job of that.
And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line.
Back 99 Philly. Here we go. Now let's go. Back 99 Philly. Here we go.
They run the counter now on 1st down. Up past the 25 to the 26, a gain of 5.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
5 yards left for the offense. It's 2nd down.
You got him. You
All
got
right,
him.
no. Check. Patriot.
And he'll give it here to his running back. Space to maneuver at the 40. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
Gun.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll get this across midfield to the 48. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Keep playing hard, fellas, all day. Woo! Let's get it.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here.
Gun! Hurry up, here we go!
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
All right, here we go. 319! 319! Watch him now, Barney! Gun! All right, here we go. Gun!
And he'll give it here to his running back. And this one's going to go the wrong way, losing yardage back at the 42. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12. Now a handoff as they run left side. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. He'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. Third and 15 here after the 1st and 2nd down plays went in the wrong direction. And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. Pressure comes and the Steelers take him down. Jonathan Allen with a big-time sack on 3rd down. And it'll be a loss of 7. The Eagles send out their punter now. On for his 2nd punt. He'd take a repeat of his 1st. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And problems spreading to the punt team. Now, this one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20.
Detroit!
Come on, baby, come on, let's go.
Detroit!
Hot! Check your hot read.
Back 99 Philly, here we go!
Running left, it's Fournette. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. The Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Now let's go! Green 39! Green 39!
They keep it with Fournette on first down. And some room to work. And he takes it all the way down to the 28-yard line. A big hitter. That one goes for 40 yards. Sometimes those lines that are drawn on a grease board or in a playbook, they come to life out on the field, don't they? And we just saw that on that outside handoff to the right. That right tackle, he gets excited for that call, doesn't he?
He does, because he just wants to dominate his guy and say, listen, I was the point of attack. I took care of business. That's why you're able to get downfield and add all those yards to your total.
Yeah, really nice gain there. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. Give him 8 on the play, and it'll be a second down. Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground.
Leopard! All right, here we go.
They'll toss it to Fournette. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a 1st and goal.
But think of it like you would a typical boxing match. The person that's on his heels and absorbing blows is having a tough time. And that's what's happening to the defense right now because the offense is on his toes and punching. And there's another first down run right there.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Now Bell. And they'll get him down here at about the 5-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
Double tight, double tight.
Here we go now.
We got
Blue 90.
We got 4.
He'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation.
And we have to give credit to him for buying time and extending the play. But you know there's some really upset defenders on that one. They thought that they had him. Instead, he was coated in Teflon and got away.
This offense so far on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and goal.
Here we go now. Blue 90.
Check me out, check me
Blue
out.
90. Go
All right, here we go.
They come out here in the eye.
Fresno,
And to give this time to the tailback. No gain on the play, and what to do now on 4th and goal.
I don't know about you, Brandon, but I often think to myself, in these situations, I want a back who can create his own space, who can break tackles, and in a sense, become his own blocker. We don't have that guy in the game right now.
And no move to take the offense on the field. They're going to stay out there and go for it on 4th and goal. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. It's the fullback with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Steelers find a way to stretch their lead. And that PAT pushes the lead up to 23 now. Gonzalez now to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And, you know, their previous possession, they were able to move the football, but still wound up punting in the end.
You know, in 2016, Carolina had a 20-play drive that lasted over 10 minutes. And remember how it ended?
In a punt.
Yeah, I mean, how does that happen? You just don't see that happen every day.
And this one maybe not quite that bad, but still, you'd like to have a chance for points if you hold the football that long.
Agreed.
And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28.
In order to play really good run defense when you're playing a 3-4, those 3 guys up front, the nose tackle and the guys they call the defensive ends, they're usually big, big people because they're going to have to eat up a lot of blockers because it's usually 5 on 3. And when they do their job well, guys who play on the inside, those inside linebackers, they're able to just roam and hit.
Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down.
Now let's go. Blue 90.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And he fires one that's intercepted. Sean Davis with a pick. And they will finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman?
Oh, yeah, that's
then
right.
with the Eagles?
That's right. Then with the Eagles, and I believe it's against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct.
Gun!
A handoff, Fournette running left. They find some open field here. The 20. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. A great effort there with his second touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the interception by the Steeler D leads to a touchdown. And the lead is now an even 30. Gonzalez now to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here comes Eagle offense now as they get set to take over here. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here.
He wasn't ready. He wasn't ready.
See if they stay on the ground for second down.
Here we go. Watch 7. Watch 7. Watch 7.
Now let's go.
Now this time he'll look to throw. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And that one results in 35 yards. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
10 more there and another first down.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
Now a play fake here on first down. Flush to his... And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack.
17, guys. Check him out. He's going to sit right over
All right, here we go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll force upon him a 3rd and 14.
Oh, partner, that play brought back memories. Watching them string it out, letting the runner get all the way to the sideline area, but not letting him get out of bounds. They formed that picket fence and didn't allow him through.
Not only that, got him for a loss as well here. And one of the reasons they lead in the fourth quarter, plays like that.
Yeah, it took a little more time off the clock.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 14. And now running right through him. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he's in for 6 and a Steeler touchdown. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense now, they head back on the field. And following the pick six, and they had decent field position in throwing that pick six, we'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told us they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
That'll go as a loss of 5, and it'll be a 2nd and long.
Detroit! Detroit! Here we go now. Back 99 Philly. Here we go.
Looking to throw. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Monte Nicholson picks it, and he's going to take this one back. To the 37-yard line. And some changes here as the D-line separates some.
Let's go.
Now a handoff here to his running back. Solid move, but he's corralled just beyond the 40. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Brandon, it's all about pace and tempo now for them. They've got the advantage, so I'm going to put musical terms for you. You don't want to go prestissimo. That's too quick, too lively, right? But you also don't want to slow it down too much. You don't want to go lento. What you really want to be is moderato. Nice and even, nice and steady, get those gains, and close out the game.
I think that chicken parm from last night's gone to your head. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. It's a big play there for the Steelers. 55 yards.
Watch tight end. Watch tight end. Tight end's right. Tight end's right.
Here we go.
3 down. 3
Brand
down.
38. Ohio. Ohio. Here we go.
Now a 1st down carry by Bell. And he's in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Le'Veon Bell, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the interception by the Steeler D leads to a touchdown. Gonzalez now to add the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Gonzalez now to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And out now come the Eagles. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. Bud Dupree in there to get him. And that's sack number 12 for him on the year. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. Jonathan Allen in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
Single.
Here we go now. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Black 99 Philly. Here we go.
Now back to throw. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Credit the secondary and credit the defensive game plan. They've been in his hip pocket all game long. They understood coming in that he was a big-time receiver.
So from their own end zone here, this kicks away. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And out will come the offense as they take over. Elsewhere, they're on to the 4th quarter at MetLife Stadium. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. Josh Dobbs, 2 touchdown passes to lead the way. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to bull his way forward to the 48. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. The Steelers able to pick up 18 yards there. Well, I'm sure he likes his performance a little bit better than last week. He had the 3 interceptions here, none in the 4th quarter, and he's got his guys in front.
Guaranteed he put in a tremendous amount of work this week, but maybe the matchup is just better for him. Sometimes it just doesn't work out. It's almost like those golfers. Certain courses fit their eye, and they like what they see, and other courses, as soon as they tee it up, they know they have no shot. Maybe that's the difference for him. Last week, no. This week, a big yes.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this.
Right. He's tight right here. He's tight on the right.
Come on, let's go.
Now it looks like he'll throw here. And his throw is incomplete.
My good friend, I'm just going to pose the question to you. Did that look like a pass that he should have thrown?
Now, the rookie probably needs to be a little bit more careful in these situations.
Yeah, that throw would turn him into a veteran quicker, but not in the way that he wants. He wants to learn his lessons by making good throws, not throws like that.
And not much running room. Down to the 32. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down. So out comes the field goal team once more. This is a 49-yard attempt, right hash. And this one is right down the middle. And they're well on their way now as the lead grows even larger. So it's 3 more points, and that widens things out even further here in the 4th.
Hey, in this league, you can never have too much. So if you're in range, grab the 3 whenever you can.
The Eagles coming out as they get ready. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
Second down, 9 yards to go.
Now, Barney.
6 guy. Check 6
Here we go. All right, now, lucky 56.
Gonna give this time to the tailback. Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5.
Tough day. Tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. The Eagles on 3rd down. Not getting the job done at all. A very poor 1 for 10. So this will be 3rd and 5. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. 3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up 4th down.
Now, that was a big-time play by the defense. They as well knew where the first down line was, and they didn't let them get anywhere near it.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down.
Now let's go.
So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And it is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Steelers, they're going to take over an excellent field position. Now the Steelers offense gets ready to get back onto the field. They have the dream scenario you hope for coming into the game. Just one kneel here, and this game should be over.
And it's always the final play of preparation each week. The practicing of the kneel-down formation, the victory formation. We've got a game in hand, and that's all they're going to want to do now. They'll put someone back deep just in case something goes haywire. But all in all, take the snap, kneel down, and
smile.
shake hands. Yes, get out of there.
They go play action here on 1st down. And it's incomplete. Still throwing to the very end, but now this game is...